my name is Claire Rosenberg. I'm one of the master trainers for Beauty Angels Academy. Now I'm going to demonstrate how I work on a live model. Let's get started. First, drape your client's hair with a hairnet. Sanitize your client's hands with a hand sanitizer. Sanitize your client's eyebrows with alcohol and make sure there is no makeup residue. Thoroughly inspect the eyebrows to check if there are any moles, scars, or skin tags. If there is a mole or a skin tag, mark it with your marker pen and do not blade over it. The first step is to find the middle of the eyebrows. To determine the middle of the eyebrows, do not look at the tip of the nose. Look at the bridge of the nose because the tip could be crooked. Now mark middle of the brows. With the wider part of the golden ratio compass, measure the sclera, which is from the white to the white of the eyes, not from the tear ducts. The smaller part of the compass will give you the measurement of the middle of the brows. But how do we know where to place the compass? Insert the portable leg between leg 2 and leg 3. Place the middle leg on the line. Then mark the beginning of the eyebrows. Remove the portable leg and put it aside. Open the compass all the way. Place it on the corner of the nose and the corner of the eye. Pivot your compass and make it parallel to the beginning of the eyebrow line. Press down and mark the end of the brow. This is point 3. Bend leg 3 to accommodate a curved surface. Place leg 1 on the beginning of the brow and leg 3 on the end of the brow. Make sure all 3 legs are touching the skin. Mark the middle leg, the arch of the brow. This is point 2. Now place leg 2 on the beginning of the brow. Leg 3 gives you point 5. Now we will transfer the points to the other eyebrow. Place leg 3 at the beginning of the brow. With the middle leg, mark point 5. With leg 1 and the middle leg, measure from the beginning of the eyebrow till point 2. Then transfer to the other side. With leg number 1 and the middle leg, measure from the beginning to the end of the brow. Then transfer to the other side. With your pencil, fill the supraorbital ridge, then go down from point 2 to point 3. With your pinky finger, fill the supraorbital cavity. Do not lift the brow too much. Mark point 4. Mark point 1 after consulting with your client about the thickness of their brows. Lift the brow from point 2 and pull and lift from point 3. Right under point 2, mark point 6. Connect from point 3 to point 6. Now connect to point 5. And now connect from point 5 to point 4. Make sure your line is slightly convex or straight. Next, connect from point 2 to point 1, making the line slightly concave or straight. Remember not to press hard with your pencil while drawing. With 99% alcohol and a lip gloss applicator, clean outside of the brow shape to make it look neat for your client. Transfer your points inside to the brow shape. After your client approves the brow shape, use the Beauty Angel's eyebrow ruler to create the symmetry between the two eyebrows. Make sure the ruler is straight when you apply it. With the help of the paper from the ruler and the lines on the ruler itself, determine the beginning of the eyebrows. Mark the supraorbital bone, then connect between point 1 and 2. Pay attention that both eyebrows have the same distance from the line you are drawing to the sticker so that are symmetrical. With your paper, measure the thickness of the brow on point 5, then transfer to the other eyebrow. Then measure the thickness of point 2 to transfer to the other eyebrow. Connect between points 3 and 6. Then connect points 5 and 4. Look at the direction of the hairs to identify the connection line and mark it on the eyebrow. Mark both eyebrows with the marker pen. Only go over the pencil and don't press hard with the pen. Brush the hair up and trim with your scissors if needed. Use your tweezers or Asian razors to clean any unwanted hairs. Remove the ruler. And select the appropriate pigment color. Use very little pigment when microblading. Always make sure that your blade is at a 90 degree. If your blade is not at a 90 degree, you will make double strokes. Go all the way to the connection line with your lower strokes. Lower strokes must go down gradually and not suddenly. Last lower stroke must touch the lower brow line. When blading your upper strokes, do not make them parallel. Make the upper strokes closer together on the top brow line and further apart towards to the connection line. Last upper stroke should be on the top brow line. Now we're going to do the nano strokes to fill the inside of the eyebrow. You may notice I push the hairs aside while microblading. You can also do this when you need to. After completing the nano strokes, gently brush the pigment over the entire microbladed eyebrow. After letting the pigment sit for a few minutes, continue working on the same brow, then move to the opposite brow. If you don't want to wait, you may begin working on the opposite brow and then come back to the first brow after. This is your choice. Apply Magnum anesthetic gel right over the pigment and massage it for less than 1 minute. This will remove the marker pen as well. Wipe the pigment with Angel Care treatment wipes. Change to the nano blade for more precise pigment filling. Three-way stretching is very important for making precise strokes. Use 2 fingers to stretch in the opposite direction of the hair growth and stretch downward with your ring finger from the opposite hand. You can go upwards or downwards while pigment filling the strokes. Go over the strokes until you see sufficient color in each stroke. Use very light pressure and less pressure each time you go over the strokes. Don't go over the strokes more than 3 times. When stretching the upper strokes, do not put pressure on the eye. Move the eyebrow up above the brow bone. With 2 fingers, stretch the skin in the opposite direction of the hair growth and downward with your ring finger from your opposite hand. Here, I'm adding a couple of new nano strokes that I had missed. You can do this while pigment filling if necessary. For the lower strokes, the stretch is the same, 1, 2, and 3. After finishing pigment filling, we apply a pigment mask and leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes while working on the opposite eyebrow. Don't forget to time your mask. We repeat everything on the opposite eyebrow and do a pigment mask at the very end. Finish the treatment by applying Angel Care Sealer. Always give your client aftercare instructions verbally and make sure they follow it.